My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Morbius, and there will be some spoilers, but let's just address the elephant in the room first. The fact that this movie came out and did really bad, and then it became some sort of a meme to the point where Sony re-released the movie hoping to gain traction on it, only for it to bomb again, is one of the funniest things to ever happen. Period. I just can't get over that. It is comedy gold. But this is a movie that I was never excited for, even before the bad reviews came out, even when the trailers came out. I just couldn't care less about this movie. I'm not into this trend going on where they turn villains into heroes, and Sony's universe has been kind of a mess, so that didn't really get my hopes up. I heard terrible things, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this is a good movie. I would not recommend it. I would say it's bad overall, but I think the hate for this movie is a bit overblown, because it's not that bad. Definitely better than I was led to believe. But let's just get to the positives first, and I actually like some of the effects in this movie. Like whenever he's jumping from building to building and moving at a really fast speed, I thought those moments looked great, especially how some color gets left behind, and when he's wearing the orange prison suit, it leaves behind orange, and then later it's purple. I just like the way that looks visually. And that fight in the subway, it's not great, but I like the visuals behind it. I like how he uses the sonar powers. I thought that was pretty cool. But what really surprised me the most is how much potential was actually in this movie. There was a good story here somewhere. The fact that these two kids are both incredibly ill and they're best friends, and now all these years later, one of them has developed a cure, but it also turns him into a monster, and he won't give it to his friend because he doesn't want him to turn into a monster, and he's sickened that his friend wouldn't give him the cure because he's on the verge of death, and how that creates conflict between the two of them. There's something there. Like, it's not a movie where I watch and I'm just like, okay, there's no potential. They just wanted to make a Morbius movie. But what they were able to come with had lots of potential. But unfortunately, the execution was just lacking. I never actually cared for these two characters and their friendship, and I really wish that was developed a lot better. And when Milo turns evil, it feels like a giant 180. I understood why he felt betrayed. I understand why he would be frustrated. But for him to turn into a decent guy into this monster just like that, I didn't buy into that at all. And then I also didn't like the way they looked when they turned into these vampires. I thought their faces looked really dumb. And the fact that they just kept this movie PG-13 is baffling. I'm not sure if they ever actually used the word vampire, but there are definitely vampires in this movie. And my parents would never watch a movie where there's vampires in it. It doesn't matter if it's PG, PG-13, or R. So just embrace the subgenre of horror superhero and make it an R rating. The fact they didn't do that is truly baffling because he's sucking blood, but you don't see the blood. It's just a decision that was bound to not please anyone. Like, and I don't even think this should have been a superhero movie, to be honest. I think this could have been a really good standalone R-rated vampire flick. So, yeah, and any connections to the MCU or the Sony universe are atrocious. Look, I don't typically like to talk about the end credit scenes because I think people care about them way too much, but my goodness, like, these are the worst mid post-credit scenes I've seen ever in my life. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? First of all, the logic in Spider-Man No Way Home is that everybody goes back to their original universe. It doesn't teleport people from that universe into another universe. So that just doesn't make sense alone. But then Michael Keaton just wakes up in this jail cell and they just let him go, and then Morbius is just like goes up to him and they meet up and he's just like, "Oh, I'm thinking about starting a team. Would you like to join me? You've got my curiosity." Like, that's how you're gonna build up the Sinister Six? Like, what a truly terrible, just no. Just no. And it doesn't even make sense because in this movie, Michael Morbius is the hero. So is he suddenly going to turn evil now? That doesn't make sense. Like, you can't do that. And there's no real Spider-Man in this universe. Sony's just getting ready to take Tom Holland back. But what people like about Tom Holland is that he's in the MCU. So just leave him alone and just... I'm not a fan of this whole universe. Like, I enjoy Venom 1 enough. Venom 2 was pretty bad. This movie is bad. And it's just like, just keep these villain characters as villains. I don't need this. And it's just handled very terribly here. The cast is, Jared Leto, I don't think is good here. And I'm actually a defender of him in moments. You can disagree with me all you want, but I will die on the hill that he is the only good part of House of Gucci, and he should have won an Oscar for that movie. He was the only actor aware of the movie he was in, and it's funny, it's over the top, it's goofy, and it's memorable, unlike anything else in that movie. I hate him as Joker. I never saw Dallas Buyers Club, the other movie he was in recently, the serial killer one. Little Things, I think is its name. I don't like him, and yeah, he just doesn't carry this movie well. He just has a really weird personality, and I think he works better in supporting performances. Matt Smith is in this movie, and he's not bad. He does the best with what he's given to work with. Jared Harris is in this movie. He doesn't have a lot to do. Adria Arjona is in this movie, and she's not bad actually. She's very likable, and you buy her as the love interest. You also got Al Madrigal and Tyrese Gibson as the cops, and I thought these two characters felt so out of place here. Really didn't need them. So yeah, I'm not going to defend this movie and say it's good. I just don't think it's as bad as people say. I do think there's actually real potential here, and if executed properly, this could have been a really good movie about these childhood friends who are drift apart about their ideological differences, and there could have been real emotion behind that, and it could have embraced the whole genre. And we didn't get that. What we got instead was Morbius, but like, if there's a movie I really hate, I'd never watch it again. But the truth is, like, I don't know if I'd ever buy this movie. I don't know if I'd ever seek out to watch it again. But if someone was like, "Hey, you want to watch Morbius?" I'd be like, "Yeah, fine, sure, whatever, put it on." There's worst movies out there. It's short enough, it held my interest enough. I'm not going to say this is a terrible movie. It could have been much better, but I'm going to go ahead and give Morbius a 4.5 out of 10. It's so easy to just hate on a movie when everybody else already has, but I'm always going to be honest and authentic with my opinion, so there you go. But have you seen Morbius? What did you think of it? Did you think it was BS, and did we need more BS? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.